chance of already being successful right by itself. Right, just using that IRA, because why? If the stock goes up, I make money. If the stock stays sideways, I make money. If the stock comes down, if it comes down a little bit, I still make money. So my probability is a little bit higher than 66%, but you get the idea. But the only way I lose is if the stock comes down quite a bit. And there are ways that I can even mitigate that loss or totally eliminate it. So there are many strategies that can be used. And so what I do is I just sell put options. This is what Warren Buffett does. This is what a lot of professionals do. They sell put options. But yet they keep it quiet, because why? They don't want the masses to know about it. But yet when you go and you read, you go to websites or you go to brokers, they'll tell you, oh, how risky this trade is. Okay? Well, selling put options is risky. But then when you ask them, well, what strategy you utilize? Oh, well, I do covered calls. Folks, covered calls and put writing is the same risk parameters. When you buy shares of stock, the risk is still the stock going to zero. So you can't say, well, the stock can go to zero. Well, that's the risk you take if you own shares of stock. Just because you do the covered call, you think you're safer? All the covered call does, folks, is buffer a little bit against the loss. Okay, that's all. Matter of fact, let me show you why put writing is actually better than the covered call. And instead of using stock XYZ, I'm going to use, because I always like to use this example. Let's talk about McDonald's, because why? Everybody knows McDonald's. And so we're going to put a real name behind the stock. Now, folks, just so you know, McDonald's is not trading at this price. McDonald's is trading at a much higher price, but this is used for illustration purposes only. So McDonald's is MCD. Okay, that's McDonald's Corporation. Okay, MCD. So McDonald's, let's say, is trading at $20. Okay, so now if you're doing a covered call, chances are, now here's what a covered call is. A covered call gives the buyer the right to buy shares. So let's say you own shares of McDonald's at $20. You want to give someone the right to buy the shares from you. Now, you're going to give them the right to buy the shares from you at $20? No. You want to try to get a little appreciation out of it. So let's assume you're going to give someone the right to buy the shares from you at $21. So, right? So, so the strike price, hold on, let me just write so this way. We're going to call this covered call. Okay, this is a very popular strategy with a lot of investment bankers and brokerage houses. Matter of fact, if you give your money over to a financial planner who trades in the market, he's going to do most likely covered call strategy. This is the standard because why? It's considered the safest, quote unquote, the safest. So MCD trading at $20. Okay? So strike price equals $21. Okay? You want to give someone the right to buy your shares at 21, which means now you're obligated, because as the seller of this call, you're obligated to sell your shares at 21. This is why you want to sell a $21 call, not the $20 call. That, you know, that's an advanced type strategy. But let's assume you want to sell at 21. You want to get at least $1 worth of profit, okay, or appreciation as we like to call it. So the strike price is $21. Someone's going to pay you today 50 cents. So we're going to call this the premium. To keep the math simple. Okay? So now, someone pays you 50 cents, because now you own shares of McDonald's at 20, okay? Or $2,000, $20 times 100 shares, $2,000. But then someone's gonna pay you 50 cents today, or $50 today, for the rights to buy your shares from you a month from now, because that's the expiration. So expiration, third Friday in September. Okay? That's the expiration. So what is your cost basis as the covered call buyer or writer? Okay? So your cost basis is $20 minus the 50 cents you collected, so your cost basis is now $19.50. Okay? So if the stock goes to zero, folks, you're up $19.50. Okay? I just want you to keep that in mind. So your cost basis is $19.50. So if the stock goes to zero, you're out $19.50. That $19.50 is also known as your break-even price. So that means if the stock goes below $19.50, you're actually losing money. Okay? So that's the covered call strategy. Simple enough. Okay? But then I always like to tell a broker or whoever I'm talking to, who's going to try to tell me the covered call is the better strategy. Well, let's talk about selling puts. We're going to call it naked puts because a lot of people use that term in the industry, even though there is a such thing as also cash covered put writing. Okay? So naked put writing, MCDs at 20. So now, if the stock is at 20, I'm not going to pay $20 for the stock today, but I'm willing to own it at 19. So the strike price equals $19. Okay? So I'm going to give it a little room just in the event that I'm wrong. I'm going to sell the option at 19. The premium is 50 cents. Okay? The expiration equals the third Friday in September. Okay, so I want you to see this, folks. So McDonald's is trading at 20. I'm going to sell someone the right to sell me their shares at 19. I'm going to collect 50 cents, same expiration. However, instead of my cost basis being $19.50, which is the covered call cost basis, my cost basis is actually $18.50. So that means if the stock goes to zero, I'm out $18.50. Now, folks, this is simple math. Which one you rather have at risk, $19.50 or $18.50? Which one comes out ahead? See, this is math, folks. I'm not making something up that's not true, that doesn't happen. This is math. And unfortunately, a lot of brokers and investment firms and stuff don't bother to do the math. This is why a lot of people can get suckered into products that's not beneficial for them. And then when the stock goes down, they're sitting there like, sitting there wondering why the stock went down, why they took the loss. But they're not the ones taking the loss because it's not their money on the line. It's your money. This is what you need to learn how to do. Sell put options. This is a nice way of collecting income week in, week out, or month in, month out, or year in, year out, or quarterly, quarter in, quarter out. It doesn't matter which expiration you choose. This is a strategy that can be utilized that really anybody can do. This doesn't require, advanced degrees. It doesn't require advanced knowledge. I mean, this is a real simple strategy that can be implemented today. Why don't you give it a try for yourself? I want to thank you for watching this segment of the Jermaine Brown Investing Show. In my next segment, I'm going to show you the actual favorite strategy I like to utilize. This is a strategy that I like utilizing, and I do utilize it, but there's a strategy that I like even more, and I will talk about it in the next episode. Take care.